This week I pulled over 93 feet of copper wire out of the trash, an electric lawnmower, and a subwoofer with two 15-inch speakers, and it sold the next day on Marketplace for 60 bucks. If this is your first time at my channel, basically I'm a plumbing install supervisor and I spend every day driving through these residential neighborhoods for work. I kept seeing construction dumpsters full of valuable stuff like wire, tools, electronics, sometimes even brand new stuff still in the box. But either way, it always bothered me knowing it was all heading to a landfill. So I started pulling over, and little by little I began saving what I could. And every haul I save from going to the waste, it just makes me feel a little better about the day. Alright, first big score of the week, and it is a subwoofer with two 15-inch speakers. This can was almost completely empty, but I decided to stop and pop it open, and was pretty surprised when I did to find this subwoofer. My dad actually used to install them and build them, and I knew from that the boxes can sometimes be reused even if the speakers don't work. And funnily enough, the guy that contacted me on Marketplace wanted it just for the box. Up next is the electrician wire, and I found the biggest haul I have in weeks. I found some smaller rolls of 12-2, of 10-2, but by far the most amount that I found was a giant 93-foot roll, almost unused roll of 12-3. Now my rule is simple. If it's longer than 10 feet, I measure it with my son, we roll it up, we label it with the gauge and the length, and then we post it on Facebook Marketplace. This week, we made over $200 from just wire sales on Facebook Marketplace alone. Anything shorter than 10 feet, we throw that into a scrap pile separated by gauge. Copper pays by the pound, and that adds up fast. At this point, I just went around the can, grabbing all the different lengths of wire. You always need to look in every corner of it because the electricians will come out and throw away different bundles of wire in different spots. And if you just grab in one corner, you might miss out on a whole bunch in another corner. Another couple tips here. Use gloves when you're out here digging through these cans, and take your time being careful not to hurt yourself. Unlike dumpster diving at retail dumpsters, residential neighborhoods like this won't usually have a problem with you being out here, unless you're being disrespectful and making a mess, of course. If it's on private property, or you see no trespassing signs, then make sure it's okay to be out there. You can even ask the superintendent if you see them. Usually, they'll be in a truck wearing some kind of shirt with the builder's name on it. Examples might be Pulte, Meritage, Lennar, just to name a few. Also look for stuff like tub boxes and flex, as HVAC and plumbing usually come first, so if you see flex or tub boxes in the can, there could be wire inside. So fortunately my job does take me through a ton of neighborhoods, but that doesn't mean that you can't safely do this too. If you are looking to bring in more income on the side or just make a difference in what goes to the landfill, all you really have to do is either keep your eyes peeled on your way home from work, as most likely you already passed by a construction site or two, or Google new residential construction near you. Make a route of neighborhoods so you can visit them a few times a week, and keep a journal in your head or write it down what's going down in each neighborhood. Like I said earlier, if you see plumbers or HVAC in a house, there's a good chance if you swing by later in the week, you'll find wire in the can outside. Also, take note if you find a lot of wire or full rolls of it, as a lot of times the same crew will be in the neighborhoods and they will continue to throw away the same stuff. Alright, I was literally leaving this neighborhood when out of the corner of my eye I saw something. I wasn't sure what it was, and I hopped out to check, and it's a freaking electric lawnmower. Let's go! I didn't notice that the back wheels were missing until I got home. I actually have a set of wheels I pulled out of a can that fit, but I haven't tried selling it yet, although it does start. Up next, I returned to the same can I'd found the subwoofer in earlier in the week. To my surprise, it was actually loaded down with a whole array of new stuff, like these two wooden crate boxes here. I decided to keep them as they seem useful. Then I found this red thing. I believe it was a popcorn maker, but it looked dirty and it was missing some parts, so I just decided to toss it back. Immediately, I saw this suitcase and it was in alright shape, no tears, and the zippers still worked, so I decided to hold on to it for any future yard sales. I figured I could get a few bucks on it at least. At this point, I found these two matching ottomans, and they are like a beige and gray color, and they actually match my love seat at home dead on, so I snagged them. Definitely check furniture like this before bringing it home, as it could have roaches or bed bugs. I looked inside, and when I was satisfied, I took them home and gave them a deep cleaning, and now they're in my living room, and they actually match my couch pretty good. Then I found this Delsey giant luggage. It was a little dinged up and cracked in a few spots, but I was just able to find a smaller Delsey carry-on suitcase the other day, and so I had to go ahead and grab this. So I continued looking and find this little folder organizer thing, and since my wife does homeschool for our son and teaches our daughter, I thought she could use it. Then I find this little box that holds the ingredients for s'mores, and I kept it for the yard sale pile. What do you guys think? Would you have kept it? Let me know in the comments. I found this FNAF book, and my son is a huge FNAF fan, so I grabbed that for him. Next, I found this Fulton Bag Co. lunch bag. I don't usually keep lunch boxes, but because they were usually disgusting, but this one was clean, so it went into the yard sale miscellaneous pile. I grabbed this box, and inside was a giant gold desk lamp with a green light bulb that still worked. I confirmed when I got home, and my kids thought it was cool, so we kept it. Lastly, I found an alarm clock and some sort of baseball thing. I looked a little bit more after that, but I didn't find anything, so I just packed up and rolled. I saw this scooter the next morning just hanging out of the end of the can, so I decided to stop and check it out, and it turned out to be a working Razor scooter. Next, I just found a bunch of boxes and bubble wrap. One actually had a surprise inside in the form of a plate, but it isn't cracked, so I kept it. I actually buy stuff at Goodwill, yard sales, and thrift stores, and I resell on eBay. It's just another one of my side hustles, and this can really save you a good bit of money. I always make sure the boxes and the bubble wrap I get are clean and it doesn't stink. What do y'all think though? Is it okay to reuse the boxes and bubble wrap? Let me know what you think in the comments. Alright, I see a few things when I hop up here on the edge of this can, but then I have to spend way too long trying to fish them out with this shitty Dollar Tree cigarette pincher thing. Unfortunately for me, I get this bag and the bottom piece, and then I instantly take forever getting the next bag. struggle. I get the cooler out, and it's got a little bit of like potting soil or something in it, but I'm able to pour that out, dust it out. It's pretty clean, so I decided to keep it. I'm not gonna lie, this part gave me a little anxiety. I think I've seen a little too much Law and Order or something, so I was a little worried that this cooler with this bag of potting soil might have like body parts in it, but luckily it was just dirt. I waited till I got back to the truck to take this bag and check it out. There was a hyper tough, I think, clamp inside and some just tissue paper stuff. And then I took the dividers and fixed it up, checked the zippers and everything in the bag seemed to be good, so I just tossed it all in the truck and rolled. Alright, at this next can, there was a ton of stuff in here. Someone had all their stuff thrown away, and I looked through it, even though it was really hot this day. I actually found a white sweater or something. I'm not sure what was inside of that bag. Then I found these sealed plate holder things, and I jump over here. I find some bubble wrap, some glass chess pieces and a glass chessboard, and some RCA cables, along with an old school thing of jacks, like pickup jacks or something. And there's a lot of picture frames in here. I also found a lot of cards, like birthday cards or Christmas cards and stuff, and Christian cards, so I kept all them. They were unused. I found this bottle, like a thermos, stainless steel kind of thing, and then this pump light fixture thing, some more pictures, picture frames, just kind of whatever. And then I came back over here to this side. I moved some of this stuff in, grabbed some more frames. Just kind of had to dig around. There was a lot of sheetrock and lumber thrown in on top of some of this stuff. But yeah, most of these are brand new picture frames, never been used. I wasn't sure what this was, so I just didn't bother with it. Looked like a net or some sort. Yeah, just tossed these lumber out of the way. Kept getting these little picture frames. And then just digging through, found this like file holder thing. There were some books in here that were pretty good shape, so tossed those into the box and kept moving. Dug through here. There was, like a makeup grooming kit thing, but it was nasty. I wouldn't use it. And then found some more books. These were like still wrapped in the boxes, brand new. Cookbooks, stuff like that, so grabbed it. These were interesting. I found some like NASCAR themed pages. They were real stuck together. Some of them I was able to keep. I'm not sure what they're for. They're like a pharmacy or something sponsoring the NASCAR. And then more books, dig through. Found some sealed battery cables for car, battery chargers for like some kind of thing, some sunglasses, some markers, just little things. Came back, found some colored pencils with sharpeners and still brand new in the box, some coloring books, word searches, stuff that my mother-in-law might like. So I continued to find more books, and then I actually seen a bag and a PS4 game case. There was no game inside. I grabbed the bag. It looked pretty cool. It was like a newspaper over-the-shoulder bag, a school news thing. Kept digging, found a Cisco cable thing, but the cables, the power cables, everything was still inside. Stuff like that's useful, so keep it. I then found a radio. Looked like someone installed one and put the old one inside this box, but I mean, some stock radios can be worth some money, so opened this. I had some cassettes in it and just tossed it in the box. Opened another thing, and this was just filled with like checkers or chips, poker chips or something. Just kept digging around, found another like duffel bag kind of thing, decided to keep it. I found this really old skateboard. Not sure if it was worth anything, but I kept it. Well, that was pretty much it for what we found this week. Overall, we made about $270 from the speaker sales and the wire sales. I still have plenty of wire that I have to take to the scrapyard, but considering the hours, it's hard for me to get there throughout the week. When I do take it though, I will make a video about how much money I made from scrap. And if I have a yard sale, I can sell all those bags that I got and update the price on that as well. And that's going to pretty much wrap up this video. If you liked it, hit the like button and subscribe, and comment down below what was your favorite thing that we found.